Dear Clash Guards, I confess my emotions have been a mess. Cause you changed everything we ever knew. From witches to poison and the Queen Walk too. Whoa, I've been wrong, I was wrong. Been at town all night, way too long. Getting hogs and Valkyries. I pushed that button and believe in you again.
Welcome to episode 110 of Pineapples and Thorns. I'm Kat, and T is here with me today. Hi, T.
Hello.
Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Oh, there he is. T was here, and then he disappeared, and now he's back.
Hang on one second. I'll double check my connections.
I think you're good.
Okay, I think I'm good too.
Okay.
I don't know what happened there.
We're going to leave this in anyways.
These things happen.
We have a very special guest with us today, Aki16. He's a prominent and highly respected player in the Clash of Clans community. He's also got a YouTube channel, and apparently recently he's hit 47,000 subs and continues to grow. He is known for his expertise and insightful content related to the game, as well as his strategies, tips, and commentary on various aspects of Clash of Clans, including attack techniques, base design, and the latest game updates. Welcome, Aki.
Thank you guys so much for having me. What an intro there, Kat. Thank you guys. Seriously.
I do
really
my
glad to be
research,
here.
okay? All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm so happy.
let's jump straight into some questions for you because we've got a lot to cover today. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Why and when did you start playing Clash of Clans?
Okay, I'd say I started right in grade 11, kind of grade 10 in high school. So that was approximately 12 years ago, mainly just because so many of my friends were playing. And then I decided to hop on. And honestly, from the day I logged in, I never stopped playing. I don't think I've ever taken a day off from playing Clash of Clans. Sometimes I'm embarrassed to admit that, but I'm honestly very proud of the game. I love it. I enjoy it. Seriously, it's one of my biggest hobbies. And I'm super grateful for it too.
Yeah, well, I think your enthusiasm really comes through on your videos. So, we're
Yeah,
all
you're in good company here. I don't think any of us has really taken. Kat, have you taken a break?
I have never taken a Clash break ever.
Okay, so I found my people.
Yeah, I technically took one, but since I restarted in 2019, I haven't taken any breaks. So.
Okay, awesome.
How many accounts do you play Aki, and what town hall levels?
Oh gosh. I'd say close to 30 now because of Raid Weekend. I play a ton. But like if I'm talking about actually running my accounts, I'd say like 7 to 8, approximately like from town halls 8 to 17.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's good, but the Raid Weekends they're just like 20-ish accounts just kind of stuck at town hall 6. Me just practicing, getting better, yeah.
Just a few, yeah.
Yes. Just a few. Yeah.
So what's your favorite attack comp that you're using right now?
I think all my subscribers and viewers would like to say that it's the quad clone with the masked dragons, but honestly, I really like the Dragon Riders. It's one of my favorite strategies, be it with the quad clone or be it with the mass invis charge. I am a big fan of Dragon Riders, and I really do like the how they path towards just defenses. I feel like for beginner players, it's seriously such a good strategy because you can predict where they're going to go. I feel like dragons for some intro players, they can kind of struggle to see where the actual attack's going to end up, and I think you can get way better at pathing. So I would say the Dragon Riders for me is my favorite attack strategy right now in the game.
And what pets are you running on your heroes and which equipment?
Okay, so for the minion prince, I'm running the Angry Jelly. I still think the Dark Orb and Henchman puppet is definitely fine. I have been playing around with the Dark Crown, but it's okay. I would say that the other two are better for me. And then for the Queen, Unicorn or Frosty is usually what I like to go. And then the action figure along with the Giant Arrow. For the Warden, I've been kind of playing around. I've switched off the Eternal Tome here and there. I'm using the Healing Tome and Rage. I've also been playing around with the Healing Tome and the Life Gem, which is kind of interesting, but a ton of fun. And then I'm running, obviously, Sneezy on the Warden. And then for the Royal Champion, this is kind of my staple. I love using the Phoenix with the Rocket Spear and the Electro Boots.
Interesting. So when the camera's not rolling, do you try out crazy different comps? Like, something that maybe you're working on that you can give us a clue?
Oh, yeah. Like, I love to say I take a break from it, but when the recording stops, I'm pretty much just feeling I have to go actually join a separate clan because my clanmates get kind of annoyed how many friendly challenges I do. So I've been working on a lot of different strategies. I'm actually trying to get some old school strategies and just trying to like revamp them. I was playing a lot with like go wipe, go wee wee, just like for fun. But now
Wow.
with the ice block, I just kind of want to see if I can add a little new touch, but then also have the old remnants kind of available, which I feel like some viewers love to see that stuff. But then with the new age look, I think is what I'm really kind of getting myself into and seeing where I can go with it. And yeah, just play a ton and then a ton of friendly challenges. But that's where I'm going with some new strategies.
That's cool.
I actually, before we get into like my section of questions, I do want to ask. I just saw a video you had uploaded about the ice block spell, where you were using it with the giant from the action figure, and I was wondering if you had found another viable option to use the ice block, or that's primarily what you've been using it for.
Okay, I love that version actually a lot to use it on the giant, but for hero dives like with like super hogs or just a minor strategy I uploaded today, I like it for hero dives and I use it primarily on my king. You get
Hmm.
extra value from it, kind of just like the action figure, but then also with double invis towers, I think it's just game changing. So many newer level
Mm.
players, even sometimes us like higher level players can struggle with invis towers. I've had my odd share of one stars too, but now with the ice block, I feel like you can use it there, your RC or whatever you're charging into stays there and you don't have to focus too much on kind of panicking, setting them off. But I think that's a really harsh counter.
Hmm.
Also, with the Royal Champion charge, if you're running into a Giga Bomb and your Spirit Box is going to get annihilated, I like to drop it there. I'd say those are my main use cases right now, but then I am also tinkering to see if I can find anything else.
Yeah, that little like pause button of like a oh no, things are going wrong, like the invis towers are gonna mess with my pathing. That's actually really smart. I had only really looked at it in terms of the damage reduction that you were getting, but like dealing with invisibility towers and kind of redirecting or at least like pausing the pathing issue is really smart. Um, Now, so I think we want to dig into a little bit about like the actual YouTube channel that you're running, and it seems like you're uploading almost every day. Do you have a set schedule, or is it just something like you have 5 videos you want to get out in a given week, and so you just record those and get them out? Like a little something about the scheduling of your videos would be great.
Yeah, for sure. So when I first started, I just kind of promised myself is I'm just going to post daily and see what happens.
Hmm.
As that's been kind of going on, I've allowed myself to just stick to the daily, but then there was times I was double uploading. I think I did like a week straight of like triple uploads and I was getting a
Holy
little
smokes.
bit almost like this is a bit too much,
Hmm.
but
Mhm.
I've settled myself into that daily. Sometimes if I really need, I'll put up a double upload. Like for example, if I have a lot of subscribers that like Clan Capital content, so I will toss an odd video there on a Thursday, and then I'll have my other Legends League video there too. So daily, I'd say for like right now, but I am not opposed to double uploads. I've the triple uploads usually happen, say if it's like an update, and I'm just kind of up throughout the night. I'll post, and then I'll kind of wait, film again, post, and then wait till the nighttime once I'm finished school and upload again. So I would say my schedule though, primarily right now, is definitely daily uploads though.
Gotcha. So it's like daily plus.
Yeah, it's daily plus. Yeah.
So when did you actually get started in content creation? Was that something that you always kind of had your eye on when you were playing in Clash, or was that something that kind of developed as you got to like the max town hall level? Like, what was that little impetus that got you to start uploading these videos?
Honestly, I'd have to say it was my parents, really. I played the game
Hmm.
just so much, and they thought they're like, well, people might want to see you. And then my little brother was kind of pushing the same thing. He's just like, you know what? You can give it a shot, and like, you never know what really can happen.
Hmm.
Funny story though is I don't think I've ever said this. I might have dropped a little bit of a hint. I actually had a YouTube channel, I think 8 years ago, that I
Hmm.
posted like maybe 5-ish videos, some on Clash Royale, some on Clash of Clans, but then I just stopped. I never did it again.
Hmm.
So if you watch my first video, I actually say I'm back again. And then people were like, "Well, how are you back again?" So they never picked up on it actually. So this is the first time me actually talking about it, but the content creation definitely did start last year and just like it was a push from just like support from family and friends. They're like, "You know what? You can share something about this game." And I feel really passionate about teaching people. Like I'm becoming a teacher right now, just in like regular life. So I think that translate to my success because in Clash of Clans, like it's great to show your attacks, but it's better
Hmm.
to actually explain what's going on. And I think that's what people like. And I think I enjoyed that, and that's why I wanted to get into YouTube. No matter the success or no success, I just wanted to kind of share my not expertise. I don't want to call it that, but I just wanted to share my journey kind of through the game and how much I played. And I felt like I had a different thing I could talk to people about. And yeah, that's what brought me here.
Yeah, it's I watched your videos, and the thing that I kept coming down to was I liked your explanations. My only
Mhm.
suggestion for you is Carbon Fin does a similar style. So I like both you guys for similar reasons. He sometimes will draw on the screen, and I think sometimes there were moments in your videos where I kind of wish you could like circle something that you were talking about, and that to me I was like, oh, if he had this little like drawing tool, then like this could he could like show us like the arrows and what he's talking about, because I really do like your explanations. But like personally, I'm more of like a visual learner, so I like almost wish I could see like what was in your brain when you're looking at the bases. So that was just like my one suggestion for you. Um, Now a question for you is like what is the most fun that you have when it comes to the actual content creation of your videos?
Okay, and T, actually, I appreciate that a lot. Giving that, the drawing tool has just been tough for me to incorporate with
Yeah.
my recording setup. But genuinely, I agree 100%. I think for most people, like seeing it visually just is better. So I do agree. But in terms of my favorite part, I'd say just being able. I know this is gonna sound just kind of boring, but it's playing the game and then uploading for people wanting to see it. That makes me genuinely really, really happy when I hear people say like, "Oh, I'm looking forward to your next video," or "When are you gonna upload? You haven't uploaded in like a couple hours," or something like that. That that it brings a smile to my face, and I'm like,
Mhm.
it's almost like a childlike joy where it's like I'm opening up my phone, I'm opening up a game that I've played for over a decade, and now I've got people that are excited to hear me and just play the game. So I can't tell you how much joy it truly does bring me. I'm smiling every time I'm recording, be it a fail, be it a 1 star, be it a 3 star. I'm just happy to be here, and I could not be more happy. So that's my favorite part is just opening up the game, playing, recording, and then having those people there just supporting. And just like you said, like hearing you say that you like my explanations, that puts a smile on my face and makes everything worth it. So that's what I'd say.
All right, now on the flip side, what's your least favorite part about content creation?
Okay, I this part is tough for me. Like I really
Mhm.
would want to just like put one thing my hand on and be like, "Oh, you know what? That's it." But I think for me, it's just I don't know. I've learned to be grateful, and even if there
Mhm.
is some bad stuff, I just do not like dive into it. But then I also face it head on, like be it a negative comment here or there. I've seen and noticed the Clash of Clans community is very, very nice, and I actually have not had that many experiences of people being negative or me being bogged down in like my schedule. I am genuinely grateful for what I've been able to do on YouTube that I don't think I could pick a negative because I'm just having so much fun. And I'm just truly blessed to be in the position I'm in. So I feel like I would be a little bit doing a disservice to people if I'm just pointing out some negatives. I genuinely can't find one, and I've just been having a blast. So I would say it's all around, not just peaches and rainbows, but it's also just being grateful and being happy to be here. So yeah, definitely no negatives though that I can think about.
That's a great mindset to have, and I think
Mhm.
one of the things that's kind of required to remain a content creator in any space online is a little bit of like a thick skin for the negative comments that you may or may not see, like that you just kind of can't engage with it. So I think it's good that you're focused on the it's not luck, right? It's a lot of work that you've put in to get to the success that you're at. But like you said, you feel blessed to be where you're at. It's like, yeah, you focus on that. You focus on the good aspects. So I think that's a great mindset to be in. And speaking of like where you're trying to like bring your channel, is there like a current goal that you have? Is there like a platform that you're not on that you'd like to be on? Like where do you see yourself moving in the future?
In the future, T, I'd really like to like branch into more streaming, but right now
Mhm.
with my current schedule, it can be a little bit more difficult because I feel like I'm putting too much on myself if I try to make YouTube videos every day, but then also go to university and then try working as well. I feel like if I add streaming to that, I might almost burn myself out, which I don't think is very smart.
Right.
But I do see in terms of a goal, I just want to keep getting better. Like you said, like if I could get a drawing tool in there, maybe
Mhm.
some more editing, just slowly get better and better and just improve my content is my goal. There's not really like a number I'd say to be like, "Oh, I want 100,000 subscribers by like 2 weeks or something like that." Like I'm joking obviously, but
Right.
but I just want to get better and then prove those subs right that you are following the right guy and you're
Mhm.
not following some dude that just cares about, oh, I just want to get as many views as possible, make as much money as I can, and then I'm out of here. Nope. I see this as a long journey to get better at not only the game but content creation, and then really leave a positive mark on the community, not just for my own self but to help people that are, like, I think one thing that truly is different for me is I'm reading every comment, and I'm not just saying that. Like, I'm liking every comment. Like, you can
Mhm.
check my YouTube right now. There's not a single comment up till probably these just yesterday because I have to still check them. I haven't missed a comment. So being engaged like that, I think really helps, and see myself keep doing that in like the future. So it just helps me out, and I think the goal is just to get better and better every day.
I mean, that's great. I think the funny thing is the next question I had was about your unique viewpoint that you bring. And I think that's like you already answered it a little bit. Like the engagement that you have with your viewers and reading all their comments and kind of bringing them the content they want is certainly part of it. But I was wondering, like, do you feel like you have like a specific thing that you're focused on? Like, do you think it's your strategy videos? Do you think it's like your take on the updates that people are like listening for? Like, what is, if you had to summarize like why someone should watch your channel, in an elevator pitch, right? Like, you have two sentences to suggest why someone should pick you. Like, what do you think that might be?
That's actually a really great question, T. For me, I think my elevator pitch is like, okay, going through school, kids need consistency. Like, be it a teacher, be it a parent or guardian, we
Hmm.
want consistency. And I think I bring that to YouTube. I'm always there, but then I'm also trying to supply them with content that I think A is educational, B that helps them be better players in the game, but then C also just having fun while watching the video. Like, I like to have some jokes here and there, but then I also don't want to waste people's time. If I'm making a video, I want them to get something out of it.
Hmm.
So adding in extra layers of just not like, oh, here's my attack, but going deeper, not being afraid to like make a little bit of a longer video. Even if not everyone makes it through the whole video, you can still get those targets to everyone. So
Hmm.
just kind of reaching everyone where they're at. I think that does keep me a little bit different from other YouTubers. I think really my community sets me apart, and I had that goal from day one. I knew I was going to respond to comments, like them, and just see what people want, and to not just read it and then be like, oh, throw that in the garbage. I'm not doing that. But to
Yeah.
really give people an idea. Like, I use my subscribers strategies all the time. Like, I had one recently where someone made a 9 super yeti and then you're diving your RC in through the middle of the funnel you just created, and that was from a subscriber. So I can't take all the credit. I think that's what sets me apart is A, consistency, but then B, also being so aware of what the community wants. But then C, a little thing is like, I live, breathe, play Clash of Clans. Like, literally, it's my life. And I think some YouTubers like to record the video and then they're out of here. My
Mhm.
mind is constantly on Clash of Clans. Like, there's this, not so long ago, I think it was a month ago, something like that. I was dreaming about a different strategy, and you're probably gonna laugh. And I was honestly, it was kind of embarrassing to say. I was like, okay, I need to post this, and I couldn't stop thinking about it, just different ideas. And then I opened up my phone at like 3 a.m. and I'm out here just doing friendly challenges and asking clanmates in like our Discord, and I'm adding them. I'm like, hey, if you guys are on right now in a different time zone, please share your bases, because I thought I'd find like the new greatest idea. But I think all that stuff put together kind of makes me a little bit more distinct on the YouTube scene.
Yeah, for sure. So is that kind of what you think is attributing this like speed of your success is kind of like I know Darth Yoda had wanted me to ask you, like, what do you think is the reason why you've been so successful? And I think you've already kind of answered that question with, like, you're engaging with the community, you're using their ideas, and you're not just putting out your video and quitting. So would you attribute your success to that, or do you think there's a little special spice that we haven't touched on yet?
Okay, I'd say the special little spice is honestly luck. I know some people like to say it's hard, like to say it's hard work, but if I'm being a realist with you guys, I don't want to lie. I think sometimes you got to be lucky with this algorithm. You got to be smart on what you post, when you post, but there's also an aspect of luck. Like, there's some YouTubers that are amazing that probably have less subscribers than me, and they probably put better content out than me, and I just got lucky. But
Mhm.
then I also think it's the thing is just like in YouTube creation, what I've noticed is I'll give you guys a real good example of this. When I started, I was doing some capital raid content, and I would always look up to Sen and be like, "Oh my gosh, he's at like 25,000 subscribers. I'm only at like 250." And then I would think to myself, "Okay, that's like 100 times away." And then I got to 2,500. Oh, that's 10 times away. And then I got to 25,000. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm on par with him." It was just stuff like that. I feel like if you can be true to yourself and not try to be someone else, I think that's what separated me. Is like I believed in myself, but then I also believed in because like I don't want to blow air into my own head and be like, oh no, this is all done by me. I'm the only one that could have done this. No, I think I got lucky and people liked my content, and I'm glad I found my people. But I do have to thank the YouTube algorithm for that because sometimes there's people that post, and they do not get to the level that I'm at. And there's way people above me too. But I feel like truly, I think luck is the hidden spice, if I'm being honest.
It's there's like a saying that's success is the balance of luck and hard work, something like that. I'm like paraphrasing, but it's you need both, right? You need to have the opportunity, which is somewhat luck based, and you have to have the work ethic and the motivation and determination to put it out into the universe for it to be successful. So it's funny to hear, it is somewhat due to the algorithm, but I think once you've kind of found your community, which it sounds like you have, I think that's when you're like, okay, cool, I got my lucky break, now let's just keep pushing. And I think that's kind of where you're at, right? Is that fair to say?
1000% T. That's exactly where I'm at. Is I found it and now I'm just like, okay, let's keep going, let's keep growing. But yeah, that's 1000% it.
Right. Now, I had a couple questions just on, I've always been curious on the process of like take us through the process where, okay, so maybe you have an idea for an attack, comes to you in a dream, or it comes to you in the middle of the day, or you're doing all these FCs and all these different clans. Once you've decided that it's good enough that you want to share it with people, like where does that go? Do you immediately start just recording some Legend League kits, or do you start, you know, planning it and like still letting it marinate? Like walk us through that, how that looks.
Okay, yeah. So what I actually do is like, for example, like when I was really working with the quad clone strategy with the mass dragons, is I would make sure I'm doing well with it in friendly challenges, but then I would also put away like a couple Legends League attacks, the ones that I'm not
Hmm.
recording, to just make sure I've actually got it down 100%. And once I feel comfortable, I'm like, okay, you know what? I can actually start filming this. And then with the rest of my Legends League attacks, be it 4, be it 5, I start recording. And then I'll always usually either put in an FC or I'll put in a Legends League attack and then go over it as a replay so I can actually explain the strategy first in depth. And then I'll show them my attacks. Because I feel like a person learns better once they can actually get the intricacies of the strategy itself and then they can watch me attack because I'm not just attacking, I'm also explaining. But I feel like you can't explain everything you want in a live attack that you can in a replay. So I'd say right when I'm feeling comfortable with my FCs, the Legends attacks, that's when I start recording.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, do you do the entire video process yourself, or do you have, someone that you're working with to help with editing or thumbnails? Like, is it just you, or do you have anybody else?
No, it's just me, 100%. Since day
Wow.
one, it's all been me. Yeah.
Do you have any plans to try and hire an editor at some point, or you're just crushing it yourself?
Right now, like it's fine, but I feel like it. I sometimes watch videos like I'll give you an example, like oh, corrupt YT or BD or
Hmm.
Judo, for example, like the editing quality I see there, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. They have like, it's
Hmm.
crazy. But I feel like that's also a different niche. Like their videos don't really, they're different from what I'm trying to offer. But then I also just I'm astounded by how they have the editing. So I think if I keep going on the pace I'm going, I would like to have an editor one day.
Hmm.
But I also do like the nature of having like a homegrown aspect that it is just all you and you're just putting in the effort you have and you're going about it your day doing the best you can and getting better. Like my thumbnails used to suck horribly. They were so bad.
Right.
Like very, very bad. So just getting better. I think you're also proud of yourself of just like how far you can kind of go and just like getting better.
Hmm.
Like for example, like off of Clash of Clans, I also like to just do and practice some editing on just like slight clips that I'm not uploading, but just to get better. Even thumbnails,
Hmm.
like I'll share with my friends that don't know about my YouTube channel and just be like, you know what? How does this design look? And it's something not even related to Clash of Clans, just to get a different perspective. I feel
Right.
like that kind of helps me out. But yeah, if one day if I keep going at how everything's going, I think I would like to get some extra support. I think that would be pretty sweet.
Nice. My last question for now, I think, is so like, say you've had an idea and you start working on it. Is it like a day before you start to do the published video, or like how long does it typically take you to go from an idea to the actual published video?
Ooh, that's wow. That was a little bit tricky, but I'd say,
Mhm.
yeah, I'd say a day. Like if I get an idea during the night, even at school, I'll honestly probably should not admit this on a podcast, but I'll have my phone out and I'll be playing during school time. So just getting it ready in terms of like my friendly challenges being enough that I feel like, okay, I can share this and I'll do well in it in Legends League. Then I'll come home, do additional round of practice, and then I can start recording. So usually a day, max 2 to 3 days, but I think I'd stay in the kind of day range is what kind of I'd say on average, let's say.
Yeah, that's totally fair. That's a pretty quick turnaround time. So, do you
Yeah.
ever feel like there's like space for you to take more time to like see if there's something that you're missing in an attack, or it's pretty much like this idea is cooked. We're gonna publish it immediately.
Ooh, I actually like this a lot. So what I do there is I'm so open with my community that I know I can put that out and then I'll get some cool ideas from them just to get a different perspective.
Hmm.
Like for example, like the miner video I posted, what is it, 8 hours ago or something? I had an actual comment from Corrupt YTs just like, I could work way better with the healing tome and the life gem. And I was just like, you know what? I agree. Like that's what I was showing. And then just having those little kind of tidbits from either like other YouTubers, subscribers,
Hmm.
or just viewers themselves, I think helps refine it. And because my upload schedule is daily, it allows me not to have 100% a ready idea. I can put it out there, say at 85%, make some tweaks, and then upload that same kind of video a couple days later with some refinements.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll dive into some more Clash questions. It's really cool to, get an insight into your process. As far as Clash of Clans goes, Clash, every month they give us new scenery, skins, events. Do you have a favorite scenery or skin?
Oh, this is gonna be tough. I do like the legendary sceneries, but I think if I'm being totally honest, and this is gonna be out of left field, I love the space scenery. And that's due to my background of just education. I love astrophysics and just space in
Mm.
general. Like it's my go-to. So when I saw that scenery, it was just like, oh my God, I fell in love. I was just like, this is amazing. This is the best thing ever. So for me personally, I'd say that. In terms of skins, I love the champion hero set. So like the champion king, the champion queen, all of them, they looked really good. So I'd say those are my two kind of like the skins and then the sceneries.
Yeah, it is interesting. Like you either love some of these things or you hate them. I know some people absolutely hate. There was a kind of an army one where the king is crawling.
Oh
Some
yeah.
people just can't stand that. It makes them crazy. What about events? Is there a particular event that they've done that stands out for you?
Oh yes, actually, it was the Clash of Ween when we had the Royal Ghost.
Oh yeah.
I think
Oh, I
that
mean,
might have, yeah, I think that might have been my favorite. I absolutely loved it.
the royal ghosts are like the best thing they've ever put out for sure. I would agree.
I don't know. Lava loons were pretty close the first time they put them out, where it just wrecked everything.
No, you're
Not gonna
totally
lie, that
right.
was fun. Yeah.
I think the Royal Ghost, that main reason that stuck out is I got to play that with my university friends. So these were like friends that kind of got back into the game that I had. Because honestly, most of my friends quit the game. So when I found more players to play with, like the Royal Ghost that just came out, we were going crazy with them. So that's part of the reason why I really like that event.
It's always fun when something brings a little aspect of fun back into the game, because usually you're so focused on, got to get my legend hits done, got to get my war hits done, and then something kind of pops up where it's like, oh, this is actually a lot of fun. Let's try this. And
Exactly, exactly.
so, have you been to any of the Clash Worlds before, or will you be attending the one in Atlanta this year?
Hey, I've never actually went before, but that's a bucket list thing for me. If I could, I would love to. If I get the invite, that'd be great. But yeah, no, I would honestly love to. If it fits my schedule, I would really, really like to go.
Yeah, it's been a long time since it was in North America, so I
Yeah,
think it.
exactly. Yeah, that's why I would like to go because it is a lot closer to home, obviously. But if I could make it work, I would really love to go. I think that'd be a ton of fun.
All right, Supercell, if you're listening, he needs an
Yeah,
invite.
exactly.
All right, let's talk about Super Troops a little bit. What would you like them to introduce next for Super Troop?
Oh my gosh, I think this one has way too much bias, but like a super dragon rider would make me go insane, I think. Something along the lines of that. I would be so happy. But then I also kind of want, I don't really have a finished idea of this. I would really like something like the fisherman from Clash Royale. I think that'd be really cool. I don't know how it would work just yet, but it's just that I don't know, maybe it's the concept of the actual troop. Like I get it, we have it in the hook tower in the
Mhm.
temporary defense, but I feel like as a troop that'd be cool, but I don't just get the idea of how it could be done. Kind of almost like a mechanic where it's like a fisherman, but then it's also kind of got some invisibility, like a royal ghost kind of hybrid super troop. I feel like because as a regular troop, that kind of concept would make sense, but to me as a super troop, I feel like that'd be a little bit better. But that's where I would trust the Clash team to come up with something better with the idea. Hopefully they could formulate. But yeah, that's what I was kind of leaning towards. Those two things.
Fair enough. Would you like to see anything changed on any of the current Super Troops?
On the current super troops, I'm actually a pretty big fan of them. I think some could use a rework, but off the top of my head, actually, I say that, but I feel like they're pretty good. Unless is there one you guys can think of outright? Maybe that I'm just kind of blanking on right now, but most of them I feel like are pretty
Yeah,
good.
I think they're all pretty balanced.
I would love to see a little something done with the Super Valk. It's like it's a neat idea, but you just don't see it very frequently, and I don't know, it makes me sad. Like Valks are back with the Root Rider attack somewhat, so it's like they've gotten their little time in the sun, and I would love to see the super version get something, you know.
Yeah, she's really not used very much, is she?
Mm.
No, not really. Like I've only used her now in dragon attacks where I can use her in the blimp. As I have that rage spell she gives, and then you can use it with the super yeti and start cloning, or a regular yeti and clone as well. But
Right?
I don't think I agree with T. Like, I want it to be useful in an actual army itself because I don't see it enough for sure. So I
Yeah.
do agree with you guys. That's a good one that could use a
Yeah,
rework.
that's probably the one that would jump out most to me. Like everything else seems pretty good.
I agree.
What about the June update? We just got that. Do you like it? Do you hate it?
I like it a lot. The only thing that kind of was a little bit of a drawback. I love the new spell. I don't know how I feel just yet about temporary defenses. I kind of felt the same way about supercharges.
Hmm.
It's cool, but it's also like, well, if they're going away, I feel like I'm putting in so much effort. I do understand what Supercell is doing is to keep us max players still kind of involved in the game. But I feel like for some players that because like I had Town Hall 13 to Town Hall 15 players being like, well, Aki, I'm never gonna be able to use these and I would like to. So I feel like if we could have like an almost like an alumni version of some temporary defenses, I feel like it'd be cool because so many players are left out of them. But then I guess that is their idea of like we just want to keep you max players happy while the other ones catch up. So I'm right
Yeah,
now I'm 50-50 with it, but I'd also be open to hearing what you guys think on that because I do want to get some other opinions on it.
yeah. Like
Uh,
I,
Go ahead, Kat.
I'll let you talk in a second. Hold on, it's my turn now. I'm not really crazy about having three at once. I think
Okay.
maybe one at a time would have been better, just so because by the time you finish upgrading all three, it's going to be the end of the 3 months, and they're going to go away, and you're going to have to start all over again. And then next thing you know, it's going to be Town Hall 18, and you're going to completely lose these things. Whereas, maybe you want to be stockpiling a little bit of loot, or maybe like on one of my 17s, I haven't even finished the supercharges yet. So I'm still working on those. And now I've got these temporary defenses that I got to look at. And I'm thinking, well, where do I invest my resources, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. That's good. Okay.
I think
Oh,
where I
tell
where
us,
I come
T.
down on this, um, I think like you said, Aki, like I'm a little torn because I really like the idea of rotating defenses. I think the problem is the actual values involved. So, like Kat mentioned, it takes about 6 or so weeks to max just one of them, and if you don't devote all three of your builders, you'll never actually max all of them. So it's kind of like we're giving you this rotating defense, but you don't actually get to use any of the rotations because you don't have enough time to do it. So, like on one hand, I just think they should just make it take less time. Or I've seen some people suggest that in between the seasons, you might be able to keep one of the previous season's defenses, or at least keep one until you've maxed one of the new ones. So I think there's room here. I don't think it's like the end of the world. I'm not quitting over this. I think there's like a little bit of Supercell's got to balance the time that it takes to max these things, and also give some sort of benefit to people that do it in the season, right? Like you've maxed this thing, you should get some sort of benefit, whether it's maybe it's a discount or a head start on the next season's building, so that you're able to max them easier as a free to play, non-spender, or something like, carry over one of the modules, or something can be done to improve this so that the user experience isn't so bad, because I do really like the idea of having these different defenses. I think it's great for base building and making the meta less stale, and all of those things are great. I just think it's like the implementation of the costs and time that need to be, messed with a little bit.
Well, to be fair to Supercell, they did post on various social media platforms asking for feedback on them. And Ferry did mention that he was going to be taking all of the responses to the dev team to discuss. So I think that was great communication from them, and I'm looking forward to seeing if they can find ways to improve them.
Yeah, I think that would be actually awesome. Like T brought up some great points, so did you, Kat. And I think if they can take our feedback and actually turn it into something worthwhile, I think everyone will be happy. So it's awesome that they got that open communication. I think that's great.
Yeah, and I think that's important, listening to the content creators and listening to the player community. We all obviously love this game and we want to see it succeed. So if they can actually engage with the community and the creators more openly, I think it'll be a win-win situation for everybody.
Yeah, well said. Truly, I agree.
All right. So we talked about the crafted defenses. It seems to be, they're merging defenses for the town halls, and, obviously they have a set space limit for the main village. Do you think they're running out of space?
I think they are. Like seeing all these merges come in, I don't think it helps having temporary defenses then. But jokes aside, I do think now that we're going to have Town Hall 18, like I imagine we're going to have like, I don't know, like even an extra army camp. Like maybe you can start like what we did with the barracks where we kind of shortened them and we got like from 4 to 1. Something like that could help it, but I do definitely think the game itself is going to run out of room at one point unless we just keep merging, which I think is cool. But if you get to the point where you're merging everything, I don't see the point in that either, because I feel like you're just over running it and it's just like kind of an overwatered system. But I do wonder what they're going to do. If that's the route they take, I guess it's okay, but I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of just merging defenses and calling it a day. I think we could maybe do something a little bit different with the map. Could we utilize some different space? I don't know, but that's kind of where my head is at on that.
Oh, well, they could always take out builder base and just expand that way. I don't know. What do you see as the biggest issue in Clash of Clans in 2025?
Ooh, I'm so happy you asked me that. Two things. I actually am not a fan of how they've treated builder base. That's one of the issues. I think we could really go and make that better. Like that is a useful thing to have because players will love to play it. Like if you regularly update it, I think you could have a solid player base that's just focused on that. Because if you look at the leaderboards for it, there's players that are playing a ton. Like there's a YouTuber, Asher. He's doing a great job. Like he's still pushing with it, but I feel like if you just stop updating it and just call it a day and you're just like, oh, just play it for like clan games, I don't think that's a point in having something like builder base. And then the second thing is clan capital. I can't tell you how upset and almost even angry I am that we can't just get some updates for it. Like they even said we might not get anything for it in 2025, and that's such a bummer because I truly feel that is so unexplored that it's a gold mine there. People still love it. Like I posted on it recently and my subscribers love it. And I think there is people who want to watch it. And like, why not just even give us a little update? Just anything. Maybe a different troop or I don't know, just anything. Just at this point, we're just wanting it to feel some love. I think those are some two main reasons that I'm kind of like, I don't know, a little bit down on it, but those would be my two main issues with Clash in 2025.
Yeah, because I know, when they first introduced Clan Capital, I kind of got the impression that they were going to sort of alternate the updates, and then they gave us Builder Hall 10. Definitely they needed to show some love to the main village. That's why we all play the game. But Clan Capital in particular had a lot of fun little things to it, and it's just kind of languished.
Yeah, it's kind of just like sitting there now. So I do agree. It is in language and it's tough.
Yeah. All right. What are some quality of life things that you think that they could improve upon?
Quality of life. Now that becomes a little bit more tough. I still do go back to how many times I've seen using heroes during war. I think that if that somehow does come into the game one day, I think that will be the biggest quality of life. Other than obviously the troop free training now that we have, because that's really allowed players to not just play more, but experiment more with different strategies and become better at the game. But I think if players could use their heroes in war, I'm less thinking for us max players, but I'm thinking for the players that are just starting out Clash of Clans. That's a absolute ride to have heroes go to 100 levels, like Kings 100, Queens 100. Like that's a lot of time to invest. And if you can't use your heroes during those upgrade times, even though they have made upgrade times themselves better, I still think for like newer level players or even Town Hall 12s, Town Hall 13s, like maybe having that little feature for them, like the lower town halls, might be something we could do, but I don't know how hard that would be to incorporate. I know they have not pushed back on the idea, but they're not the biggest fans of having that. We had that little event where we could use them, and I think so many more people played the game, but I don't know. That would be my main quality of life, but I would like to actually hear both of your thoughts on, do you guys have any main quality of life improvements that you have, like ideas?
Go ahead, T.
Hilariously, I think we're in agreement that I want to see more new players in the game, and I want to see the journey from starting at new to getting to max be more fun, more engaging. And one of the things that I struggle with recommending strategic rushing to people is to tell them how many heroes they need to keep down, when they need to do it in the journey, and how long it takes. And it's like, it's eye-opening to realize when you start your Archer Queen at level 1, getting her to level 100 is around 300 days if you put all of your Builder Apprentice activations and all of the books that you're likely to get without spending a lot of money into her. And that's a huge amount of time to not only be upgrading her, you're not using her while she's upgrading. So I think the using heroes while upgrading, even if it's got to be limited to just war, right? You can't farm with your heroes while they're upgrading. Okay, fine. But just something to make it, especially with ore, like as a new player trying to catch up on your ore income and upgrading your equipment, being able to war with your clan, I think is also just like this big community building thing where you get to interact with people in a way where, when I'm farming, I'm just kind of doing it by myself. But during war, it's like, how many spectators do I have on this attack? Like it's so I always wanted to see like more people engaged, and we've kind of created a family in Sons of Guns where we have our low clans where everybody's putting like probably 3 or more heroes down at a time. And then we have our like middle clan where you're probably only working on 1 or 2 heroes at that point. And then we have our biggest clan where you're basically done. Like maybe you're finishing the 5th hero, but you have 4 maxed heroes for every one of your war attacks. And it's like, I wish we could mix more of those in. And I also feel like, running community events, it sucks when you try to invite lower town halls and they're like, oh, well, I have all my heroes down, so I can't participate. And I just think it would be so much easier. Like to me, that's the biggest one. If we could just, even if it's just for war, I think that's the quality of life I would like to see.
Yeah, 100% agreed. Because, if you're not able to war, you're not getting ore. You're missing out on a lot of ore and loot. And plus getting that experience using those heroes, even if they are low level. You still need that experience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can always use a hero potion. I always tell people, hero potion's just 200 raid medals away, if you need it for a critical war. So.
Yeah. Right.
I agree.
Let's talk a little bit about Clan Wars, because they really haven't changed anything in Clan Wars since they introduced it. If you were given carte blanche to change how they work, whether it's regular or CWL friendly, what would you change?
Okay, the regular wars, I'd say I'm okay with right now. The CWL change I want to make is I am so upset for the matchmaking. I've played with like a Town Hall 13 account. Like our clan, we run like an offside war kind of CWL that are players that are not Town Hall 17 or not even Town Hall 16. And the mismatches we get, even down in like Crystal or Masters,
Hmm.
it's like we're playing all Town Hall 17s. We can't compete with that. It's not fun. I can't tell you how many times I read comments. Aki, please post a Town Hall 13 v Town Hall 17 strategy. How do I get through this? Town Hall 14 v 17, Town Hall 12 versus 16. Like,
Yeah.
can you show us those mismatches? Like, I feel like if we can just attack that, I think so many more players would be happy. And again, it's kind of like a quality of life thing without being one. It's like you just make your lower town hall players that are trying to get to max happy. They don't have to always fight these mismatches. And they, in my opinion, they shouldn't have to in CWL. That's not what it's about. To move up, you should not have to be facing it all Town Hall 17, Town Hall 16 clan, while your clan is Town Hall like 12 to 14.
Yeah, 100%. That's something that we see a lot as well in the CFF servers. People posting in the Clash chat. There's like, what do I do? How can I triple this? Well, you're probably not going to triple it. Let's try and get you at least a star or two.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And what about hard mode? Do you think it's needed up in High Legends or in CWL?
Oh, okay. I think I might have a little bit of a different response than most players.
Mhm.
I've had lots of subscribers that say like, "Oh, we Legends needs hard mode." Sure, like if we do that though, and we have the current hard mode where even pros are struggling sometimes, I couldn't imagine what the casual player would go through. Like it makes more sense, like how you said in High Legends. Like I would honestly put that rate at over 6,000 trophies. If you're truly gonna do that, most Legends players are gonna be fine with that because they're not really gonna get to that 6K buffer. Then yeah, that'd be great. I think to really test out top level Clash of Clans players, hard mode over 6K would be great. If you're really trying to push it, I guess 5,800 trophies and up you could do as well. Anything below that, I feel like hard mode becomes like, yes, it's great for esports, but is it great for the casual player? If I'm looking to build my game and build superstar, like just Clash of Clans in general, I don't think so. I think if we do that, yes, there's a niche amount of players, but I don't think that's the majority that want hard mode in Legends League, or even some don't even want it in High Legends, but for High Legends, it's also like a certain select players that are the better ones. So I could see it, but I don't know. I'm a little bit torn on that still.
Yeah, I know. I've tried doing some hard mode friendly challenges, and it's a real rude awakening as to, well, I know I can triple this base in normal mode, but I just one starred. It really is hard mode. So, I mean, if their goal was to really increase the difficulty of the game, definitely they've done a good job with that. So, kudos to the people who can triple in that. So,
It,
looking
I,
forward to Town Hall 18. Is
yes.
there
Oh, for sure.
anything that you'd like to see them bring in? Any predictions? Anything that you have like on a wish list?
Okay, my wish list might be a little bit weird, but I might try to bring back the Giga Explosion in Town Hall 18. I
Hmm.
know that it's probably weird, like, oh, well, we went away with it, Town Hall 17. Why would we bring it back? But I feel like for some players, because yes, some people do think Clash of Clans is a lot easier. Now, look, we have the Ice Block spell, which actually negates it. So if we have it back in, it's not going to change too much. I would also I've seen lots of players talk about having a new hero, and I think we possibly could, but I kind of stopped myself because I kind of to T's point, I do want to see lower town hall level players have fun, but when you see like so much new stuff coming into the game and like another hero, you're like 6 heroes away from max. Like that, I don't really know how much you could go differently. Like, can you start adding in a ton of different new things without just kind of disrupting your progression through the lower town hall. So I think that's a
Hmm.
problem for the team, but and I don't envy their position on that one, but there's nothing really that sticks out to me 100% other than I truly do feel like if we're getting Town Hall 18, I want to see some portion of home base tied to either builders or clan capital. I know that feels weird, but I think I want it more than just clan games to get like a more unison. I shouldn't. It sounds weird because it feels like I'm trying to like get them all and have them all collaborate and kind of become one. That's not it. I just want it to be like where players enjoy everything more so than they are right now because now there's such separate entities. I feel like if they could come a little bit closer, I think that'd be a cool change at Town Hall 18 that I'd really, really like.
Hmm. I know they've kind of tried to intertwine them somewhat, but I think there's a lot of missed opportunities there for them to really get people engaged. I mean, you hear so many people, I hate builder base. People are kind of apathetic about clan capital at this point, but I think the developers really need to look at both sides and get people excited about all these little side things in the game.
Exactly. Do you guys have any wish list for Town Hall 18? I'd actually like to know that.
See?
So I think, to your point about the Gigabomb coming back, I don't necessarily have a specific idea of what I want defensively from Town Hall 18, but I want to see something impactful and different. Like, I think last episode we talked about this a little bit, and I said something around like merged wizard towers. Or now here's, if anybody knows me, they'll find this funny. I hate the mortars. It's like my least favorite thing in my guide. I have it ranked at like F tier by itself with nothing else near it. So I would love it if they like merged the mortars and made it into something different, something cool, something impactful. I don't know what that would look like, but I really want to see something in Town Hall 18 that warps how you attack and makes it like when Town Hall 13 came out and the scatter shots were introduced, I felt like everybody suddenly had to be like, oh, wait, none of my strategies are working the way they were working in Town Hall 12. And I want to see that kind of level of warp in the defense. Like I'm not even necessarily talking about like how hard it is in Town Hall 18. I don't necessarily think like, oh, we need to have triple rates lower or whatever. I just want it to feel very different to attack an 18 than to attack a 17, which, right now it feels so different attacking a 17 because I'm not saying I ignore the town hall, but I kind of ignore the town hall in Town Hall 17. Whereas like in Town Hall 16 and below, or, from 12 to 16, if you ignored the town hall, you were probably going to fail your attack because it was going to demolish you. Where now in like Town Hall 17, it's like, okay, yeah, if you do nothing about the town hall, eventually that damage is going to matter and the damage over time will start to add up and you'll probably fail. But it's not like the most important part of your attack, So I would love to see something in Town Hall 18 that gives us a little different feel that like hits us in a way that like scatter shots did, that the OG Infernos that blocked healing did, something along those ideas. Like I hesitate to put that in the world because I don't actually want that to come
Be careful
back.
now.
But something like I want to see. I don't really even necessarily care about the offense. I want to see something cool defensively. Like Town Hall 15 was one of my favorites because the monolith and spell towers warped everything so much. So I would love to see some sort of idea about that with defenses.
Fair enough.
What about you, Kat? What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, with 17, you're right. It's that little bomb that they have that nobody pays attention to where it is. And it does pack a bit of a punch, but it's not something that I factor into my attacks normally. It's probably why I 2-star a lot. But I don't know. I just want to see them, give us something different, something that's not going to completely break the game either on offense or defense, but, something that's going to make us sit up and say, hey, this is cool. Like, yeah, make me want to go to Town Hall 18. Right now, I'm kind of like, I'm not sure I want to go to 18 if it's going to be more of the same, So I want them to kind of knock my socks off and give us something different.
Okay, I like that. I think both are great points.
Mine's a wishy-washy answer, but I more things I want are like the nuts and bolts of the game. Different things like I'll slip this in here. I want to be able to edit clan mails and edit in-game chat sometimes because I'm terrible. I'm atrocious when I type stuff out on my tablet. Invariably, I make a spelling mistake, and then I hit send, and I look like an idiot. So.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking, wishes, I would love to see some sort of communication between clans, like some way to lock, like something. Sons of Guns and Loot and Grind have existed together for 6 years, and we've had players go back and forth, uncountable amount of times. Like just some sort of chat channel that we could not necessarily have to do that. Like maybe we could just share replays there. You can't actually talk or something to make it so that it's not just limited to the 50-person count. To like give us something, some sort of community building would be great, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I second that. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we talked a little bit. Like he is the guru of strategic rushing. He has a rush Bible out there. A lot of people are trying to get from the lower town halls up to, where technically it's fun to play, Town Hall 17. Are you a maxer? Do you max your account completely before moving up? And have you heard much about strategic rushing?
I actually have heard a lot about strategic rushing from my subscribers. They always talk about it. But me myself, I'm a serial maxer. Like since I started, I have never not maxed a town hall. Even with my lower level accounts, I've never not, but I am a fan of strategic rushing, and I think it's actually way like it's better than maxing because oh my gosh, I couldn't even imagine maxing a brand new account right now. I think I'd honestly start crying at the thoughts of it. But yeah, no, me myself, I'm definitely a serial maxer though for sure.
Yeah, I think it stems back to the days when global was around, and if you were rushed, you went into global. It was like a bunch of piranhas at you.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
my favorite part though. I love doing that. That's like that brings just a smile to my face. I love doing that kind of thing. I do think the only thing I would note about that, if you are struggling with CWL and the mismatches, you have to look into strategic rushing because that's the thing is I watch the month to month progression. I'm in control of the CWL signups for about 120 accounts, like around 100 people, and I just watch month to month their progress. And it's funny because I will notice when people are spending too much time in a town hall, and I'll go poke them and be like, "Hey, what's going on? Are you okay? Is everything all right?" And they're like, "Oh, real life got busy. I haven't been playing too much." And I was like, "Okay, just making sure." and and like when we see new players, like I can't tell you the number of people that we've had start in the last year or so, and now they're already in at least a Champs 3 CWL lineup and just crushing it. So like my only note when you're talking about like CWL matchups, like I don't know how Supercell could fix it to be better to the lower town halls, and I think that is something they should look into. But while we're dealing with the current reality, everybody, if that's your concern, if you care about CWL performance, just strategic rush. It'll fix everything. It'll only take a couple months. You'll be all right.
And so now Aki will be starting a new account and strategic rushing all the way to 17.
Well, guess what? Already started.
Listen, if you need any tips, any pointers, my DMs are always open for people that are kind.
Oh, T, that you would be the guy I'm going to. That's for
Oh
sure.
boy. All right. I've got a couple of non-Clash related questions. Do you have any hobbies outside of Clash?
Oh, yes. Actually, I am a big sports fanatic. I think that is my number one hobby, be it watching sports, playing sports. I shouldn't admit this, but sports gambling.
Oh boy.
I
a little
joke,
fan
but
dueling.
yeah, yes, yeah. But seriously, sports is my number one. I think just not in terms of like even health too. Like sometimes we're sitting so much throughout the day. Like be it recording, be it when I'm on campus, just in class. Like there'll be days I'm on the seat, like, and I don't want to admit this, but 6, 7, 8 hours, and I just don't think
Hmm.
that's healthy. So to have my sports hobby and just be out there playing and just kind of enjoying like just fresh air, I think those are my main hobbies. Is just getting outside, playing sports, some family time, and just like honestly just turning that into a hobby and really kind of living that healthy lifestyle, which I think we all need, especially for all of us kind of content creators or just heavy on the seats here.
Yeah, for sure. So, you're super busy with school and content creation. Do you have any time at all to watch anything like movies or read any books? And do you have any recommendations?
Oh God, I actually feel sorry that I'm going to answer this so poorly, but I don't. I don't think I've been able to watch a movie in years now. Like with school, with just work, and then now
Hmm.
with content creation, I've added in like another layer of just time that it takes up, which I'm obviously I'm grateful for. But definitely, if I could, I'd read more books if I could. But movies are great, but I definitely would like to read more books and just kind of get out there. But right now, the only books I'm reading are for school, sadly.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. All
Yeah, it
right.
makes sense.
It's time for some shout outs. Aki, do you have any shout outs you want to do?
Yes, I do. I actually really my number one shout out is obviously family, friends aside right now. I do want to focus in on my manager, Sophie. She has really changed just my content creation. She's helped me out manage my own pro team. She manages actually getting these like podcasts going. This is my first one. So I have to give her a big thank you for doing everything for me. And then another shout out is just to my own community and just Clash of Clans supporters in general. Just a big thank you, not only to kind of support my channel, but also to keep supporting other YouTubers, other podcasters, just the game in general. Because I think you mentioned this earlier, Kat, is we love this game and we want it to grow. And I support all the players that are really supporting us and keeping us going and keeping Clash of Clans going as well. But I also, my other shout out, I want to shout out you guys for running this. I genuinely think you guys are doing a great job. I am forever grateful that you guys thought about me to have me on. But seriously, thank you. And thanks to all those people. Seriously.
Oh, you're welcome. T, do you have any shout outs?
I'd love to shout out Darth Yoda. He put us onto your channel and got us interested in talking to you. And I got to say, I love some of your videos, and I'm looking to branch out right now. I'm only using triple Yeti or triple clone Yeti mass dragons, and I've been wanting to pick up the Royal Champion Charge. And so I was dipping my toes in. I was watching some of your videos on the Royal Champion Charge, so I think I'm going to start doing that, and I'm going to use your videos as a guide for sure. So shout out to you and your manager for agreeing to come on. If you ever need any assistance with rushing, like I said, I'm always happy to answer any questions. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on, and Kat for coming up with most of these questions. I know we've been going back and forth on what to ask you, so I appreciate you answering everything honestly and entertainingly. So it's been a great time.
No, thank you. His questions were great, by the way. I just want to point that out.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to shout out you, Aki, for agreeing to join us today. It's been truly a pleasure speaking to you and getting to know you a little bit, and really enjoy your content. I'm also going to echo everybody and say shout out to Darth Yoda and to Sophie for helping to make this episode possible. They've both been extremely helpful, and really appreciate everybody involved.
Yeah, no, seriously. But seriously, thank you to both of you, Darth Yoda, Sophie, all of them. But yeah, you guys are seriously doing a great job, and I'm really impressed with like the questions, just how thoughtful you guys are, and how well you do, well you guys bounce off each other. Seriously, you guys do an amazing job. So shout out to you, and thank you guys for really all the kind words. I do appreciate it a lot.
Thank you so much. And that's it from us. The CFF is a family of clans who love to play various games such as Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, and others. You can send questions or comments to us on Twitter at RedThornCOC. To get more information on our clans, events, and podcasts, join the CFF Discord at discord.gg/clashfiles.
Dear Clash Gods, I confess my emotions have been a mess. Cause you changed everything we ever knew. From witches to poison and the Queen Walk too. Whoa, I've been wrong.